Cardano looks like it's about to break out to all-time highs, but is this rally sustainable, and what's the exact strategy to profit off of it and to avoid a false breakout? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering in today's video, so make sure you stick around till the end, and if you want to learn technical analysis for yourself, be sure to check out the Gen Z Trader Academy down below. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ishaan, and as we can see, Cardano is setting up for a potential break above these all-time highs to potentially form new highs. So as we discussed yesterday right over here, essentially we were forming this higher low, lower high pattern, right? We were trading in this channel, and essentially we formed a symmetrical triangle. We broke out right over here. We started consolidating, and I told you guys clearly that if you want to be looking for a trade to potentially enter into Cardano, we want to be waiting for a break above these all-time highs, because these all-time highs are going to be used as a very heavy level of profit taking at these levels. So until we can get enough buyer demand to commit to that new price level above this resistance up here at about 1.95, there's not going to be really a big reversal, because that's the key breakout level that we need in order for a breakout. Now, apart from that, we can see how the red MACD line is beginning to cross above the green signal line on the hourly chart. So in a way, that's kind of looking like, hey, there's potential for buyers to start reclaiming some of that momentum and start getting that little push higher and push to the upside and potentially a breakout higher. Now, as you can see, if I place in some trend lines, we have this diagonal support line right over here that we've kind of been holding. This is I would say this is like our center support line. Then, we got our top resistance line right up over here. This is going to be acting as resistance. Like if we break out higher, I definitely believe like this top of this diagonal trend line is going to be acting as a big level of resistance, and then we got our bottom support line right over here. So on a pullback, I expect somewhat of a pullback, maybe down to this level over here, which is also our 50 retracement on our Fibonacci. And as we know, the 50 retracement on the Fibonacci is like the make or break level. So if it breaks below the 50 on the Fibonacci, we can expect a further downside, but if we hold it, bounce higher, expect a further upside. So now another big thing we can notice is that we formed this little symmetrical triangle right over here, right? You can see we were getting tighter and tighter and tighter in this range, and now in this hourly chart we've broken out of the symmetrical triangle, signaling potential for a bullish move higher, right? Like I say in all my videos, triangles can go either way, and the best way to nail these triangles is to wait for the breakout. And as you can see, we're beginning to break out to the upside. We've now even broken above this resistance level that we have right over here, right? This previous lower high that we had right over here, we've broken above that, really showing buyers really committing to that price level. We're seeing an influx of buyer demand, and the setup is looking really bullish if we can continue to form higher highs and higher lows. Not to mention, we've also broken above the 9 EMA, which is the blue line. As you can see right over here, we broke below the 9 EMA and began turning it into resistance, and we ended up trending lower. But now, as we can see, we've broken above the 9 EMA. When we pulled back, we turned it into support and essentially validated it as support. And the reason the 9 EMA is so important is because it calculates the short-term average price of ADA. And so the fact that we're now above it shows that in a way, buyers are willing to pay a premium for Cardano, which is great to see. Buyers are excited. They're willing to pay a premium. They're willing to validate it as support. So it's great to see we're now finally forming higher highs and higher lows by validating the 9 EMA as support. And this is just a classic bullish reversal pattern. And along with that, another thing is that you can kind of look at this as kind of like a cup and handle, right? We got our cup, we got our handle before the ultimate breakout to the upside. So this pattern is actually looking kind of bullish right now, right? We got our cup, handle, boom, breakout to the upside to potentially these all-time highs right over here. And I really think we probably test these highs right over here. It's going to be pretty important to see, can we get a break above these highs, which we'll discuss how to trade in just a little bit. Now, one thing I do have to say is that this pattern does look pretty similar to what we had going over here, this kind of action, right? We can see over here we made an initial high, we had our double top right over here, then we actually retested it, we broke above, got a false breakout, and drop back down. Similarly, we can see right over here, right? We had our push up, right? We came down, we pushed back up, got our double top like right over here, right? Now we came back down, exact same thing, right? We came back down, we pushed up like we're doing again. We're pushing back up, but again, we're going to be retesting these all-time highs to potentially form in a way a head and shoulders, right? We got our left shoulder, we got our head, we got our right shoulder, but this resulted in a false head and shoulders. However, this time we are super overextended, right? This time, like even over here, we were overextended, but this time, even on the R side, we can see we're pretty overextended. We're overextended on the MACD as well. So it's very likely that in a way we might again get that head and shoulders. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be crucial that we maintain above this price level and have enough buyer demand to commit to it. So now that you get a rough understanding of the technicals, let's talk about how to actually trade it and my exact strategy to profit along with my price target. So at this level of resistance, right, what I'll be waiting for is a break above these highs, because this high is going to be really strong to break. And what I'll be waiting for is a break above, a pullback, and a follow through, which I'll buy into. Again, you know, the follow through is going to be crucial, like we saw even back over here, right? We broke above these highs, right? We got our break. When we pulled back, we couldn't get any follow through, and we smashed right through, and in a way, we ended up going even lower, right? That's why the follow through is so important, because you want to see buyers first of all claim that support level and form a new high. In a way, higher highs and higher lows shows that buyers are willing to raise their bids to cause the move higher, right? They're willing to raise their bids to form a new high. So on a breakout, I'm going to be waiting for a break, a pullback, and if we get that follow through, buy into that, because then I think we could definitely be heading a lot higher. Right now, if I actually remove this Fibonacci for just a second, my price target, if I actually place in the fib, you know, from this swing high down to this swing low, we're potentially looking at our next fib level all the way up here at about, you know, $2. We're looking at $2 for ADA right up over here. I definitely believe we retest this level, but that's like a shorter term price target. I think we definitely run up to our second fib level right over here at about, you know, 2.28, where we then begin to find some resistance. Like even if I go back, right, for just a second, if I scroll back, like even back over here, right, we can see when I place in the fib from the top, the swing high down to the swing low, we can see that we ran up to about that 16 fib level again, right? And then we ended up breaking out even higher. Guess what? We ran up to our second fib level. So in a way, it's all about just, you know, it's a one fib level, then it's the next fib level. In a way, you can just think about it as that, the fib levels, right? Now let's talk about what happens if ADA ends up dropping, because it's totally possible. As I said, it's very likely that we could be forming this head and shoulders just like we were forming way back over here. So you should always be, you know how to play it and be able to anticipate what could happen, and based off that, be able to profit. Now, if we do end up dropping, the first level of support I see for ADA is right here down on this level at about 1.83, which was a previous level of support. We can see this is where this was basically the bottom of our triangle. So this is definitely going to be a support level right over here at 1.83. Now, if we break below that, well, let me place in our fib level from this swing low up to this swing high. In such a case, if we break below that, then I think it's very likely that we come down to our 50 fib level right over here at about 1.75, right? As I mentioned earlier, the 50 fib level is our make or break. We break below, we're heading lower. We hold it and bounce, we're heading a lot higher. So this 50 fib level, this 1.83 level, these are going to be the two crucial levels of support to watch for. But overall, the key thing is, can we break above these highs over here and get that follow through? Because only then do I see validation in us really continuing in the short term. Now, at these levels of support, the key way you want to be playing it is, again, watching for higher highs and higher lows and a break above the 9 EMA, like essentially right over here, right? We had come down, we started forming higher highs, higher lows. We broke above the 9 EMA, and since then we essentially exploded higher. So that's a simple way to put it. But if you want to learn a lot more advanced trading strategies and technical analysis for yourself, be sure to check out the Gen Z Trader Academy down below to learn how to become more profitable and make better entry and exit decisions. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, clocking out for now. Peace.